Wow, once again, hi everyone, and welcome back to the Concanto channel. And today we really also have an interesting story to discuss, and it's about a woman named Mrs. Jones from California. And she believes that money is like a jealous girlfriend. We all do. And if you don't pay enough attention to it, it will leave you. So I just hope you are all set and ready to listen to this story of Mrs. Jones. This week and last week, we have just stories for you. And I hope you're going to enjoy yourselves. So once upon a time in California, in sunny California, there lived a woman named Mrs. Jones. She was a hardworking middle-aged woman who had always believed that money was like a jealous girlfriend. She understood that if you don't pay enough attention to it, it will leave you soon. So Mrs. Jones had learned this lesson the hard way when she was younger. Growing up in a small town with her parents and three siblings, money was always very tight. Her family struggled to make ends meet, and she witnessed firsthand the detrimental effects of neglecting one's finances. So, determined to break this cycle, Mrs. Jones made it her mission to give her future self and her family a comfortable life. So, after finishing high school, she pursued a degree in finance and soon found herself working for a prestigious company in the heart of California wealth. Mrs. Jones understood that, like any relationship, her bond with money required attention and careful consideration. She made it a habit to track her income, expenses, and savings diligently. Her financial goals were clear, and she devoted every spare minute she had to learning and improving her financial literacy. As the years passed, Mrs. Jones became increasingly successful in her career. She was wise enough to avoid the pitfalls that often consumed others, overspending, impulsive purchases, and poor financial decisions, while her colleagues indulged in a lavish lifestyle and material possessions. Mrs. Jones remained focused on securing her future. She became known among her friends and family as the one who always had the finances in order. They marveled at her discipline and ability to balance her desire for a comfortable life with the need to save for a rainy day. Yet, underneath the discipline and stability, Mrs. Jones couldn't help but acknowledge the fear that lingered with her. So money was like a jealous girlfriend, and Mrs. Jones was always afraid that one wrong move could break their bond. This fear pushed her to stay vigilant and never rest on her laurels. She continuously educated herself on investment strategies, explored multiple sources of income, and even started a side business to create additional streams of revenue. One fatal one fateful day, however, tragedy struck. Mrs. Jones lost her job due to a sudden economic downturn. While her colleagues panicked and succumbed to financial ruin, Mrs. Jones had prepared for such a situation. She had built an emergency fund, invested wisely, and surrounded herself with knowledgeable mentors who guided her through difficult times. As the months went by, Mrs. Jones managed to sustain her lifestyle despite the setback. She considered it a temporary hurdle, much like a small fight in a relationship that deepens the bond. She knew that her unwavering dedication and respect towards money had saved her from the clutches of financial despair. In time, Mrs. Jones landed an even better job, one that aligned more closely with her passion for financial education and empowerment. She realized that her own experience had equipped her with valuable lessons that she could share with others. Driven by her desire To help people overcome their financial insecurities, Mrs. Jones established a financial consultancy firm. She worked tirelessly, guiding her clients to develop healthy financial habits, teaching them how to nurture their relationships with money. Word spread of Mrs. Jones' exceptionally talent of transforming lives, and soon her farm became a sanctuary for those seeking financial stability and independence. She became a beacon of hope to people who lived or believed that money would always elude them. Through her work, Mrs. Jones became an advocate for a holistic approach to finances. She helped her clients understand that money, like a jealous girlfriend, required attention, respect, constant effort. She taught them to strike a balance between enjoying life's pleasures and securing their future. So in time, Mrs. Jones achieved more than financial success. Her firm became a well-respected institution, and her story served as a testament to the transformative power of dedication and discipline. She shattered the notion that money was elusive and proved that with the right attitude, it could become a loyal partner in one's life. So ultimately, Mrs. Jones demonstrated money as a proverbial jealousy girlfriend could be tamed and nurtured. And with that knowledge, she helped countless others overcome financial hardships and build lasting relationships with their own financial well-being. So, Anthony, what do you learn or what do you get from this story? As for me, I have already identified financial goals. What about you?
Yeah, the story is it's a very great story. You know, I like the analogy of money being like a jealousy girlfriend. Because if you misuse the jealousy girlfriend and you keep on being seen with other ladies around, then it definitely leaves you. So when we talk about money being like a jealous girlfriend, is whereby when you are misusing it, you are not spending it while you are doing a lot of things that are not really good. At the end, the money will leave you to other people. So there's a lot of story to learn from there that I want to believe that for those who are going to follow the story Kinful, they're going to learn more about how to be very creative, as the other story we learned of Miss Otieno, and coming up with great ideas of how to budget, how to have a wise spending, and so many other things.
Well, that's absolutely true. You find that she pursued a degree in finance and landed a job with a prestigious company in California. So, sorry, Mrs. Jones knew that maintaining a healthy relationship with money, it required attention and careful consideration. So she tracked her income, expenses, and savings diligently. And how they compare this to the jealous girlfriend, that is just so awesome, because when you don't pay attention, a lot of women need attention. And if you can't show up, just like money, if you can't go and look for that money, the money will go away from your hands, just like that girlfriend. She will slip away and someone else will grab her from the other end. And that's why you need to be really careful with your finances, or else your money will run. You'll be left there alone, depressed, just like a breakup, that you'll be alone. So, Anthony, it's back to you. That's what I feel.
Wow, that's I don't know how it became more creative of that analogy, you know, and it is really fascinating how she was able to balance her desire for a comfortable life with the need of financial security. While her colleagues were caught up in living lavish lifestyle, Miss Jones remained disciplined and focused on securing her future. She knew that one wrong move could jeopardize their relationship. You know, when we talk about discipline, I want to believe all women, yeah, I'm not a woman, but all women want a man who is disciplined, just as money. He need someone with discipline, who know how to organize himself when spending. But if you are just messing up yourself, spending without thinking, uh, uh, having some impulse buying and many other things, definitely money will leave you to another person.
That's so true. You see that she even doubted herself at times, and most of us really doubt ourselves when we want to start something. You have this voice in your head, you're like, should I do it or should I not do it? And you remember when we were talking to Derek, our brother, and he was like, a lot of people, when we want to do something, we think like, hey, this field is so occupied. And he gave an example. You can find that there are two churches just close to each other, but there's no church that will lack like people to fellowship in that church. So just like a business, once you start your own business, you just have to believe in yourself. You don't have to doubt in yourself. And also, Mrs. Jones had built a strong foundation of financial literacy. She constantly educated herself on investment strategies, developed multiple streams of income. This is a multiple source of income. You don't depend on your payslip or on your one business. You come up with other ideas, and was always prepared for unexpected circumstances. What does this mean? It means that she set up or she created an emergency fund. And one thing most people do wrong is that they don't set their emergency fund a place they can access within 48 hours. So it is advisable that you put your emergency fund a place you can easily access within 48 hours. Yeah. And so just believe in yourself and you keep pushing. You don't have to doubt, though you will have those small voices, small fears, as Mrs. Obama calls them. Michelle Obama, the first lady, says there are little fears. We all have the little fears, but you have to get past them, overcome them, and just face them, Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Lisa. When you look at the whole story of Miss Jones, you'll understand that her preparation, it paid off. Because when she was organizing herself to have the emergency fund and her saving and other things, others were spending their life lavishly. So the preparation and planning, it really paid off, if you can look at it, Lisa. And when she unexpectedly lost her job due to an economic downturn, like yesterday, you remember when Sheila was talking about she was talking about God forbid we have another COVID-19. How are you going to withstand? Are those a wind that can blow any time? So you have to be ready. So when there was an economic downturn, she lost her job, but Miss Jones was able to sustain her lifestyle. So she thanked herself. Sometimes when we are ready and nothing can shake us, then we thank ourselves. So she thanked herself because she had an emergency fund, and she had wise investments that she had invested her resources to, and she saw it as a temporal hurdle in her relationship with money. Because for that period when maybe the employer tells you people not to come to work, or maybe your business has gone down, so within that time, you can now have even a rest. You can have a vacation for yourself, and not having anything to worry about money. So we need to look at our relationship with money. How do we make our money related to us so well? So that's why the analogy of a jealousy a girlfriend come in. Anyway, you can continue, Lisa.
Wow, I really love this lady because she's very determined. I think she will be my role model. I'll add her on that list because she did not even give up despite all that. You find that instead of giving up, she turned adversity into an opportunity, and she landed an even better job and realized that her experience could also help others. So she established a financial consultancy firm to guide people in developing healthy financial habits. Just like we are doing, we are here to train you people to get good financial habits. And what if, God forbid, as Anthony has said, COVID happens again? Where do you start? Where do you run to? So you really have to, if you can also take Miss Jones as your role model like me, welcome. You can join me. Back to you, Anthony.
Yeah, Miss Jones. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I love the fact that you're looking at Miss Jones as the role model. You know what make me more happier with Miss Jones' story is how even after the economic downturn, she came up with a great idea, and now she wanted now to solve the problem in the society. So she came up with a farm that she could encourage people how they can do saving, how they can do budgeting. Yeah, so it's incredible how Miss Jones became a beacon of hope for those who believe that money would always elude them. So she became a beacon of hope. I want to believe even those friends who are lavishly spending their money, they now started calling her. They wanted to know, how did she survive? How was she saving money? How did she establish her emergency fund? So her farm became a sanctuary of people seeking financial stability and independence. She taught them in the importance of nurturing their relationship with money, because it all matters how you relate with money. If you don't relate well with money, then it's just like when how do you relate with your friend? How do I relate with you? How do you relate with your husband or your child? It matters which type of conversation are you bringing on the table. Yeah, you can continue, Lisa. Mm-hmm.
That's the beauty of it, Anthony, because Mrs. Jones, she shattered the notion that money is elusive. You find that we have these two kind of people. One is crying. I'm imagining now this is Mrs. Jones and one of her friends. One of her friends is saying, money is so hard to get. Money is so difficult. There's no money. And Mrs. Jones is like, she's buying her car, she's living her life. And that happens. You find that people are crying, there's no money, there's no money. Whereas there are people who are buying cars over millions, over billions of shillings. So you start wondering. People don't even know when fuel is going. Price has hiked, sugar price has hiked. They don't even care about the finance bill.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas there are people who have already adjusted to it. So that is just funny about life. If you play monkey business with life, with your money, you won't have money. Just like your health, just like your girlfriend. If you have monkey businesses, it will catch up with you and you'll be left alone. So she proved that dedication, discipline, and respect, money can become a loyal partner in one's life. And her story is a really true testament to the transformative power of taking control of our financial well-being or financial wellness. And we can, from this story, I believe you, me, everybody, we can build our financial muscles with this story, and we can become better when it comes to handling our finances. And we can join those people who are just adjusting to the finance bill and everything will be peaceful. We won't be stressed with life.
Yes, yes. That's true. Yeah.
Okay, Anthony.
Yeah, when we look at that story, Miss Jones, it shows us that money is like a jealous girlfriend and can be tamed and nurtured. It is not about depriving ourselves. You know, sometimes when we talk about budgeting, we talk about looking at your personal finances, we don't mean that you need to deprive yourself from a very important thing that you know is going to help you, but you need to find the right balance between enjoying your life pleasure and securing our future. So that you make that balance. So many people are affected because they can't make the balance. They find themselves spending a lot of money in their fun activities and are being affected with financial creep, buying product or goods that they already have, not able even to hold their phone. Anytime they see money in their phone, they start going to Amazon, to all those apps and start purchasing because they have the problem with impulse buying. So if you get the balance, then you will enjoy your relationship with money, just as Miss Jones did.
That is so funny because a lot of people, when you get money, you know, when they say God made man, man made money, and money made man mad, it's true. Because when you get money, you go mad. You just want to do with very funny things. You just want to, you can even go to a vacation you've not planned for. You know, money made man mad. Okay, actually, it's so true what you're saying. And this brings us to the end of our discussion today. And I hope you really enjoyed this story of Mrs. Jones, because her incredible journey and her relationship with money. I hope you've known that money is just like a jealous girlfriend. If you don't have a girlfriend, think of it like a jealous little kid, because you know children are always like jealous and they just want attention. So you can think of it like that. Or we all are jealous at a point. If you are a lady, think of it as money is a jealous boyfriend, because when your boyfriend finds you with another man, my friend, things don't go well. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And I hope you have really enjoyed it. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Just a reminder, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Concanto23. Don't forget to email us at concanto at gmail.com. Also, I said I will keep reminding you to grab your copy of the book written by Anthony, My Pocket Friend Abroad. So if you want to invest wisely, if you want to like think straight and you're abroad and you want to make wise investments, just grab the copy and read it, and you will see your life change, because you find that there are these stories that circulate. There's someone who used to send the boyfriend money to build them a house and they were abroad. So what happened? This guy would go and take a photo of the neighbor's house and send the guy. So the lady would think, my house is in progress, until they roofed the house. It was complete. When she came back home, there was nothing. So you need to think and just grab a copy of your own and get to learn and acquire knowledge. As again, I said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, like, comment, and give us your thoughts about Miss Jones' story. And also the kids finance is here. Don't forget to enroll. You can enroll for your personal classes. If you enroll with your kid, you get a little discount. So Thank you. And with that, I just want to say God bless you. And Anthony, you can add on that.
Yeah, anyway, thank you very much, Luisa. It has been a very great conversation about Miss Jones, and even to the extent that you can see her as the role model of what she did and how she really performed well in terms of being creative. Even when there was economic downturn, she was able to do a lot by herself, that she came up with a farm that that gave hope to her community. As I just want to join by saying that let us participate in getting the book that Luisa said, and remember also to continue watching our YouTube channel. You're going to learn more about finances, and don't forget also to in Concanto.com, we have some products that you can buy also that can help you if you want to support us. You can get some African products, and it's good, either shirts or the dresses and so many other things that are good for couples, for individuals, for children, and that will be great. Even you have shoes and other things, and that will be so great. Anyway, thank you very much. I want to say God bless you. And
just before you finish, before you finish, you know, a lot of people are complaining when they go to the website, this, that. When you go to the website, you will find that there's home and there's a place for finance webinar. And so when you click there, we have products and we have finance webinar is just written there. If you want to log into the finance webinar, it is clear there. So don't say it's a challenge or whatever. It's just so clear. And thank you, just that clarification.
Yeah, that's so great, Lisa. Okay, thank you and God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to write to our email and register for the classes for the kids about personal finances. And if you come with your parents or parents with their kids, you learn more about personal finances so that you grow having that stamina in personal finances. Thank you very much. And I want to say God bless you.
God bless you too.